Good afternoon, all. It is Sunday, April the 19th. Welcome to Talking Bollocks part 24. 24 parts, right? Yeah. They just keep coming, whether you want them or not. I've just got dressed into my... No, I haven't just got dressed. So I just got dressed into my clothes because previously to that I was wearing my gi and I've been practicing in the garden today. But what I want to talk about is, so the last couple of days I've been feeling really kind of blur. And I'm sure lots of us are feeling blur. And I know for some people, they can't go out. And I appreciate all of that and sort of have this understanding. But yesterday, when I did the meditation afterwards, I just felt really... I did this and it was shorter than normal. And I just felt really kind of... just a little bit... like I can't be arsed with it all. And I think it was I knew that on Thursday the lockdown was coming and for another 3 weeks at least. But I think, someone I know has had a baby and I really want to give that baby a squish, and I'm missing seeing my friends and I'm missing going out and doing things, and it sort of got a bit... And I know that's not very descriptive. And it's sort of a bit roller coaster with emotions, but I sort of got really tired for a couple of days, and I've sort of been finding it hard to get out of bed and just finding it hard to actually get any momentum to sort of do anything. So yesterday I thought, fuck it, I'm not gonna. I did my meditation in the morning and that was really nice. And that kind of made me think that when I'm doing stuff, I probably am doing enough stuff to keep my mind going. But when I'm feeling low, and which I have been, and I mean, not that I need, oh my God, that sort of thing. I'm not saying it for sympathy. I'm kind of saying it to reach out and say, I guess there's quite a few of us that are feeling that way at the moment. And it's hard to define the feelings because it's feelings that I've not really had before, because this is, like I've said before, this is like an unprecedented action. And, in the first couple of weeks, I sort of crocheted a lot, and I haven't really been crocheting much. But I think it helps with my mindfulness. And yesterday what helped was meditating in the morning, eating when I felt like it, rather than sticking to any meal times. And then I also just watched a lot of Downton Abbey, which I'm really, really into at the moment. So by the time I sort of got to today, I was like, I think I've had enough of vegging out. So I woke up this morning, I went and ate in the garden, which the dogs loved because they were proper scrounging for crumbs. So I sat in the sun for a bit, and I read and I listened to some bands. And I checked up on Facebook, obviously, and messaged a few people, stuff like that. Checked in with a few people that I know, and then I decided, what, I haven't been training very much, and I don't know why. I'm kind of not gonna apologise for it, but I am going to do something about it, because I think sometimes when we get wrapped up on the fact that we haven't done something, then it becomes even bigger than it should be, whereas I was just like, I just need to go and do it. So I went and got my bokken, and which is, for those of you who don't know, a wooden sword. I actually put my hackamore on this time, which I haven't done. Although that did take me 3 times, because it seems that I'd forgotten how to do it in the 4 weeks that we sort of haven't been to a class, myself and the youngest. And I went and trained for an hour in the garden. My wrists are aching. And actually, I think I feel a bit better because I have exercised and trained. After this, I'm actually going to take the big dog out for a walk over the South North Country Park, which will be nice. And I guess it's not beating ourselves up for feeling a bit crap about things, but it is not letting them get hold, if that makes sense. I think it's quite easy at the moment just to get into a routine of behaviours that can be a little bit unhealthy, and I'm not one for telling people, that's a lie, of course I tell people, but I'm not one for judging the actions that we do, but I am one for encouraging those actions to be more positive and healthier if possible, right? It's it's all a weird state of mind, and sometimes I just don't know what to think about it. So I've decided to kind of not think about it too much if I can, and rather than not think about it, just go and do something. And so training for an hour was really good today. I really enjoyed it. As I said, my wrists are hurting because I trained for an hour with my bock and my wooden sword. And I went through all of the, what we call tachi standing forms. And I only had to go and ask my youngest for help for 2 of them that I couldn't remember, which was cool. Which is nice, because, you know, there's nothing more annoying than having to go and ask your kid, right, for actual what you're supposed to be doing. Yesterday, I did manage to practice guitar, and I practiced for about an hour, and I think I'm just getting to the, like, I'm constantly feeling the tips of my fingers are really freaking hurting now, but they are getting to the point where I think they're starting to get a bit calloused. Yesterday, I practiced both on New Musician, again, and Fender Play, who has amazingly allowed, for 3 months, has allowed people to just go and learn on Fender. And I think it was up to 1 million people, so I don't know where it's at, but it's really good. So I'm learning 2 very different sides. So on New Musician, I've been learning cowboy chords. I don't know why they call them cowboy chords. And on Fender, I've been learning 1 finger chords and C and G and tablature. So I guess eventually all of that information is going to meld, right? It's sort of, I find it hard to remember that when you look at tablature, it's kind of weird that you go, you're looking down at the guitar, so the biggest string is at the top, but E something or other is at the top, and the bottom E is at the bottom, but on the way it's written, it's like kind of at the top. But I guess it's like any new language or anything that we want to learn, is that it's new language, and so therefore eventually it will actually get in there and become part of our everyday knowledge. It was kind of cool because I managed to strum along just with 1 guitar string to one of Bob Marley's songs, and that was kind of cool. That made me feel like I'm getting somewhere there. And actually, I've got to say, even though I did have someone teaching me guitar, I've spoken about him, so we don't need to go into that again. Even though I had someone teaching me guitar, I think this way is better because it's more structured and it's more thingy. And eventually I think I will have guitar lessons with someone, because I think there's nothing like having lessons with someone that can go, oh, actually your hand's in the wrong place, or you've moved your thumb and stuff like that. I do find it very hard to get comfy because, you know, like a lot of the guitar teachers are men on the Fender thing, and they're like, tuck the guitar against you. I'm like, well, but there's a boob there. What am I supposed to do with it? Like, do I put it round to the side? But I'm sitting in a chair, like this chair has big arms on it, so I'm like, well, where does it go? Anyway, yeah, I'm sure I will sort it out. Maybe standing up would be better, but then I need a guitar strap if I'm going to do that. I am really enjoying it. Yeah, I quite like imagining what it'd be like to play on stage. I probably wouldn't like it, to be fair. Even though I'm chatty Jenny, I think it's one of those things, isn't it, that actually then doing it in front of people, I get annoyed with myself if I get the wrong place on the wrong chord now by myself in my room. So what would I be like with people watching? That's a long time in the future. So dog walk today. Probably do some dinner at some point, and also tonight at 9:00 I'm going to watch, I've written it on a piece of paper, I'm not sure how to say this, but probably badly then, is just over a year ago, or a bit more than just over a year, went to a local theatre, and it was a small theatre company that travels around the country, and they're called Don't Go Into The Cellar Theatre Company. Now, that says it all, doesn't it, really? I mean, I don't think I could ever live in a house that had a cellar. Anyway, too many horror films. So we went to see Pandemonium of Poe, a few of us, over a year ago. via Don't Go Into The Cellar Theatre Company. And tonight, I think they're doing it live on Facebook, because it's often just one person with this theatre company. And it was kind of cool because it was kind of Victorian-y style horror ghost story thing. But tonight, I've never heard of this story before, it's the cast of Amontillado and The Telltale Heart. So if anyone would like to watch with me, I'll be starting a watch party probably to watch them, because it's just a bit spooky, right? It's just a bit kind of something different. Yeah, I'm actually really looking forward to that, because I really do like a good theatre production. I am also, I've got 2 nights following tomorrow night and Tuesday night where I go out with Thames Outreach and do volunteer work with one of their paid workers. So that would be interesting, because I haven't been out for a few weeks. I had to cancel the other one because both myself and the eldest had symptoms in the early days. So yeah, Monday and Tuesday night. So I think I'll get picked up at 7:30, between 7:30 and 8 o'clock, and normally get back between 1 and 2 in the morning, and then go out to people that have been referred via Streetlink and other places to Thames Outreach, who are a charity that go to I think it's 14 London boroughs. Could be wrong. Have to check that out. But they go to 14 London, and they're always wanting volunteers. I don't know how it's going to work at the moment in regards to all of the stuff going on and what they're doing in lockdown, but I'm sure I will be advised very well by the person that I am volunteering with, and it would be cool if it's one of the others that I've only just started doing this, so I've only been out a couple of times before, so I've only been out with 2 people, which is cool. Be interesting to see so we go and find people that are homeless, and advising them on what's available for them via people that have been referred from elsewhere. It's an interesting thing, and I think it's good to do something outside of ourselves that isn't about us. And we were talking about this yesterday a lot in the Croydon Buddhist Centre's meditation. It was the generosity and kindness, and I think for me it really makes me feel like a worthy, I feel worthy anyway, don't get me wrong, but it makes me feel much more like a part of society and a worthy part of society when we do things for charity or for volunteer work that are outside of ourselves, right? We don't have to, and each person has skills that they can bring to the fore, and I think that's really cool to be able to do some charity work, to give back and stuff like that. Hi Janet, I can see you're here. How you doing? Hope you're all right. And so I think I've sort of got out of the rut that I was in the last few days, and by training today, by reading in the garden, getting some sunshine, I'm going to go out and get my dog walk on in a minute, and just sort of taking it day by day, not beating myself up about having feelings of pissed offness about it all, because I'm sure we all are, right? And it's all a bit fucking weird. There is kind of like knowing that we're in this for another 3 weeks, the kind of novelty's worn off, right? Those first few weeks was a bit like a novelty, and now I'm missing everything. And I think lots of us are missing things too. And just sort of just the day to day, every day. But I also have been thinking about what I want to bring more into my life. Oh, excuse me, I don't know why I'm tired. I didn't exactly get up early this morning. I think I got up about 11, which was nice. Yeah, and also yesterday, when I woke up, when I have bad dreams like that, like I had yesterday, it sort of puts me into a bit of a funk, and it's very hard to, especially when it's stuff to do with estrangement and things. It kind of makes me feel really sad, and it often makes me feel really sad. I've also started thinking about what other charity work that I can do. There is a local community kitchen, but I don't know if they'll be taking new volunteers as of yet. I know that some of the last things, sort of, when I last had a meeting with work, one of the last things they sort of said was he's happy for me to do charity work, even though, Is it that I've been furloughed, that I'm getting paid, but I'm at home? I don't know. I don't really know what it means. It's a great word though, furlough, right? Anyway, so I think just going with the flow, really, and just looking after myself and looking after people around me. You know, tuning into that theatre production tonight as something a little bit different would all be nice stuff and stuff to sort of make that time not go so screwy, if that makes sense. Like, time goes a bit screwy at the moment. Like, 1 minute it seems like you've got all the hours in the day, and then the next minute they've all gone. Yeah, I don't really know what I mean about that, but yeah, I think that's the thing, that sort of time does go a bit screwy at the moment. Yeah, but you take care, everybody. And I can't believe it's like halfway to 100 tomorrow. That's weird and kind of just amazing in a way, right? And I hope that this is at least filling some time, making you laugh or whatever it is. But thank you for tuning in to Talking Bollocks. It is literally just me talking shite, right? Anyway, have a good day. See you later, guys.